Cassidy's voice was petulant. Not a single one of you stood up for me just now, and here you are, running your mouths. Who told you to say something so reckless? Yeah, nobody was gonna touch that line. How would you know about Luke's performance anyway? Did you test it out for him? The jokes were getting more and more out of line. Cassidy's voice held a trace of coyness. Don't be ridiculous. But the friends, sensing blood in the water, pressed on. So how do you know? Spill it. It was, back in college we all went swimming together, remember? Luke was wearing swim trunks. It was really obvious. She stammered through the explanation. Her answer was met with a roar of laughter. Cassie, you're not telling us everything. Why were you staring there when you were supposed to be swimming? Ash, man, you got married too soon. It's obvious Cassie's been waiting to pounce. Luke's voice, laced with a helpless laugh, cut in. All right, that's enough. My wife's here tonight, so rein it in. She can't take a joke. The mention of my name plunged the room into silence. Then, someone spoke up. Man, you just can't bring wives to guys' night. If only all women could take a joke like Cassie. But seriously, Ash, how obvious are we talking? There was a scrape of a chair, as if someone had stood up abruptly. I'll show you just how obvious it is right now. Amid a chorus of whoops and hollers, I pushed the door open. Cassidy was draped over Luke, one of her hands frozen on his belt buckle. Any closer, and she would have been touching the very thing they were all talking about. Caught red-handed, they both looked mortified. A faint blush colored Cassidy's cheeks. Luke frantically yanked his belt out of her grasp. Wait, honey, let me explain. I crossed my arms. Explain what? Go on, let her pull it down. Let's all have a look. My words seemed to short-circuit his brain. What? I sneered. Isn't it so obvious? Let her unbuckle it so everyone can see just how obvious it is. Cassidy didn't dare make another move. I walked straight up to Luke, hooked a finger in his belt, and gave it a tug. He knew what I was about to do and jerked back, clamping a hand over his buckle. Any shred of guilt he might have felt vanished in an instant. All right, stop it. Aren't you afraid of making a scene? Making a scene? Who was the one making a scene here? A minute ago, before I walked in, you were all having a grand old time talking about how she was checking you out. That wasn't making a scene? Oh, so you guys talking about it is fine? But me asking you to show everyone is embarrassing? No one at the table dared to speak, but I could feel their eyes on me. It wasn't the cautious respect from before. It was annoyance. I had ruined their fun, again. My words left Luke speechless. The atmosphere was thick with tension, and of course it was Cassidy who spoke first. Her voice was a kitten's mule, dripping with fake contrition. I'm so sorry, Rena. I really don't know what's okay to say and what isn't. If I've upset you, I'll leave. She grabbed her purse and started for the door. Immediately, the other friends grabbed her arm, a flood of comforting words pouring out. Cassie, you don't have to go. We all know what you're like. Yeah, Cass, it was just a joke. No one's holding it against you. If anyone should leave, it shouldn't be you. One of them actually said it out loud. I raised an eyebrow at him, then looked back at Luke. So, I guess that means I'm the one who should go? Two can play at this game. I grabbed my own bag and made a show of rushing out. Not a single one of those hypocritical friends moved to stop me. It wasn't until I reached the ground floor that I heard hurried footsteps behind me. Luke, after some deliberation, had decided to catch up. Rena, don't be angry. He grabbed my arm, forcing me to turn and face him. Before I could say a word, I saw Cassidy scurrying down the stairs behind him. She was holding Luke's phone. Luke, your mom just called. She said she wants us to come to your parents' place for dinner this weekend.